Well, 3 consecutive wins in a row for Govishem and Tan Wee Kyong. They take on Alfian and Arianto of Indonesia, the 8 seeds, the runner-up in the Asian Games. They were. So that should be a cracker in that section of the draw, quarterfinals. So nicely through to the last 8. Now moving on to women's singles action. The in-form Akane Yamaguchi, the 4th seed and strong title contender, running hot from that German Open crown, takes on the tall, young, talented Dane in Mia BLICHFELDT, the Spanish Masters champion. That's where we are in that section of the draw there. With He Bingzhou, the 6th seed, down below. There comes Akane Yamaguchi, leading the 2 players out. Mia BLICHFELDT far taller, following on. Well, interestingly, Akane Yamaguchi is the 4th seed, and she's ranked 5th in the world. Mia BLICHFELDT ranked 17th in the world, just a couple of spots off of her career high, the Dane, but much improved. And it'll be interesting to see if she can go well today against the player that she's lost 4 times against in the past. Although 3 of those 4 matches have gone the distance over the last 5 years. Both arrive in Birmingham, having won a title this year.
Black, that side, service. Okay.
So Mia BLICHFELDT electing to choose the far side. Akane Yamaguchi will have to move her kit box to the other side. She'll be the near end, the seed. Morten, you like both players. Of course you like them both, but you spoke avidly about the fact that Yamaguchi's kind of game style suits her, and you sense that she's a strong contender this week.
On quite a number of occasions I've been asked, okay, you know, what do you think, who's going to win and all that, and coming to women's singles, the easy one to pick is obviously Tai Tzu-Ying. But I feel that this arena here is suiting Akane Yamaguchi quite well, and she was in the final last year and coming from Germany with good confidence as she won against Ratchanov Intanen in the final just last week.
Well, her path through, beating the Spaniard Beatriz Corrales in straight games, 21-15, 21-18, just over half an hour played. That was a good, strong showing from her, but her opponent, the tall, lean, young Dane, who's had a glittering junior career, hasn't she? European Championships under her belt, the young 21-year-old. And she put up stern resistance, born in Solrød in Denmark. As I said, just a couple of spots off that career high ranking of 15th in the world for Mia. That was in July of 2018. She's had 9 wins already this season, only 1 loss. And beat Yip Yin from Hong Kong in her opening match. Again, like her opponent, just over half an hour required. So plain sailing to get here for both. A decent start. Might have been slightly nervous, but now they'll feel far more settled. You see proof of the head-to-head that I mentioned at the top of the programme there. 4-0 in favour of the Japanese, although I said 3 of those 4 matches have gone the distance. Hello to the umpire, and the service judge opposite as well, Amanda Allen from England, with the devices in front of her. So she's had a great year, has Mia BLICHFELDT, as well as Akane Yamaguchi. Quarter-finalist of the All England Open last year for the Dane. Runner-up in the Orleans Masters, won the Dutch Open and the Barcelona Spain Masters recently, downing her compatriot and teammate Lena Kirchfeld in the title decider. She's been a teen prodigy tipped for greatness, but so has Akane Yamaguchi, the 4th seed.
Akane Yamaguchi to serve. Level.
Second round women's singles just about to get underway. Akane Yamaguchi takes on Mia BLICHFELDT of Denmark. Morten, your thoughts?
One love.
When you you say that both of them have had a very strong, start to the year and end of last year and so on. I still feel that Yamaguchi have done it on a higher level, if you can say that, at higher tournaments. Yamaguchi also won the French Open, the Super 750 tournament, where she actually beat Tai Su-ying, and that was in October last year. She also got to the semi-final of the World Tour finals. She won last week and so on. It's been on a very high level. She has performed where BLICHFELDT, when she won, it was in the Spanish Masters Super 300 tournament. So there is a difference in terms of the tournaments. But when we saw the head-to-head between the two, the last head-to-head they played, it was 21-19 in the third game. So it just shows that it can be really close. But I would still say that Yamaguchi is quite a favourite to win this one.
It's been an aggressive start from the Dane from the off. But you were mentioning in conversation that Yamaguchi's game style really kind of suits the slower Hall with her defensive prowess.
Yeah, she have a tendency simply to grind the opponent to the ground. Just keep moving and keep going and keep going, and eventually she gets, really in there and she's winning it. And perhaps she's not the best starter always, but somehow she's coming through at the end.
No doubting this one. This is high tempo badminton from the off.
4-3.
Yeah, good opportunity here for Yamaguchi. She's missing it. Want to play that spinning net shot. She was there in good time, nice control, but missed it.
Serve's over. 4-all.
Yeah, that lift was woefully short by BLICHFELDT, and of course it was easy for Yamaguchi to put it away. That was just out. That was a good smash here by BLICHFELDT. That smash down the line was awfully close. Try to have a look at this. Just out. But interesting, it's a good fight between BLICHFELDT and Kjærsfeldt in Denmark, because they are very close on the world ranking. And when they play the nationals just in early February, Line Kjærsfeldt, she actually won it. She won in 3 games, and then when they went on to play in Spain in the final, then it was reversed, and then BLICHFELDT won it. So it's very, very close between the two Danes.
5-all.
It must be really fruitful, although they won't be thinking so, but to have, such a close home player chasing you around the rankings like that.
Absolutely,
in the long term, they'll be
will
very
always
appreciative of that, right?
Make them better, there's no doubt about it. But so far, I think that BLICHFELDT has been quite successful in putting a lot of pressure on the backhand side of Yamaguchi on this one here. She's playing really good length and is making sure that Yamaguchi is standing on that back line when she's playing her shots. And not only that, the backhand side is probably the weaker side, because she's very short and find it hard to play good around the head shots from that situation. She, however, has got one good shot from that situation. It's a cross-court smash. So when she's in, just see that tiny opportunity, it will come. It's not come yet, but that cross-court smash, I'm still waiting to see.
correction in 7-5. Play.
That's good play. Really proactive play here by BLICHFELDT. Pushing it to the deep backhand side, then crossing it like that one is coming, then another cross, and getting up early on the follow-up.
Certainly the positive intent is palpable. I love her sort of on-court disposition right now, very businesslike. And you do sense, Morten, don't you, that, you know, if BLICHFELDT is to find a way here, she'd need to secure the opening game.
That will give her a small advantage. It will be tough to win in 3 games, having lost the first. It's mentally tough to come back against a player like Yamaguchi. But you never know. You never, ever know. BLICHFELDT is a good fighter. Only on a few occasions I've seen her really kind of, you know,
wilt,
mentally giving up. It's too difficult, and you can see she's just haven't got it. But it happens on very, very few occasions.
Service over.
Yamaguchi at the moment won't be liking what's happening. She's kind of just being rushed into the odd error here and there. BLICHFELDT has set out her stall very nicely from the off here. Very dictatorial kind of badminton from the Dane.
Service over.
Both players did all the right things on this one. This one is played well by BLICHFELDT because she's following up on it. And of course it was a good opportunity for Yamaguchi, but it had to be very tight.
A hat-trick of Japanese points, doing what she does so well, Yamaguchi, just preying on her opponents. Outstanding athleticism again from the 4th seed, throwing herself to her left to keep this point alive, and she brings parity to the opening game. Let's see it again. Look at that.
It was a bit of a mistake by BLICHFELDT to try or think there was a gap there on the forehand side of Yamaguchi, but it was too easy to read, and of course she was back on her feet and ready to play the next.
Five points in a row for Akane Yamaguchi.
Interval.
Doing what she does best, turning that opening game around to the turn in her favour, quite miraculously. 10 minutes played, she's 11-10 to the good.
Hun har spillet helt godt i den proces, og det kom fint derhen til. Men hun her, der er det ikke det med at lede efter, hvor jeg kan lave vinderen, hvor jeg kan lave presset. Så kommer der bare en helt oplagt. de der sådan lidt fordele. Det er der, vi skal spille på. Du kan også finde noget brud. Det er ikke den du vinder der. Det er den næste, der vinder på.
Second.
Og så skal jeg hver gang jeg slår i bagen, skal jeg sige, at jeg lige frem. Det kan jeg ikke lave nogen vind.
Så når hun lige kommer med det der billede til bagen, så skal vi lige...
Eleven-10. Play. Service over. 11-all.
Yeah, the mid-game interval, Jakob Hoy, the coach that came in to talk to BLICHFELDT, was talking about really trying to turn her opponent a bit, and we had a very fine example of that when BLICHFELDT won the first rally after the interval. There was a fine follow-up on that forehand side, and then she's going cross-court on 11. It very quickly.
Service over. 12-all. Thirteen, 12.
Well, she's being asked a lot of questions, the former world #1. She's got several ways to pick a lock normally, but BLICHFELDT is proving problematic right now. There's a real urgency to the Danes' movement.
Yeah, once again here, the net play from Yamaguchi is letting herself down. But it was a very, very tough rally for BLICHFELDT. She really had to work hard to stay in that rally. But she's still got lots of energy. Good smash, good attack here from the forehand side, straight down the line.
15-12.
Of course, utilising the fact that Yamaguchi is not the tallest of players and therefore not having the biggest reach.
Service over. 13-15.
So a good run of momentum there for the Dane. But, denied again by Yamaguchi, who's so good at just staying in these tough points.
And this is the kind of mistakes that BLICHFELDT really cannot afford to play.
14,
she actually did it the same
15.
when she was 10-6 up.
That's right, they come in threes as well, don't they?
Exactly, and she cannot afford to do that. Good pressure on the backhand side once again, and once more.
And again, another run of
15
points
all.
for Yamaguchi.
Nope. Service over. 16-15.
As you can see, BLICHFELDT is talking to herself. She's saying, come on now.
Service over. 16-all.
That's bad luck there for BLICHFELDT. She was under pressure a lot, but getting out of
16.
trouble, defending well here. That push there, she saw it, got around it. But the smash, the half smash was out on that sideline. But good pressure here by Akane YAMAGUCHI.
Serve is over. 17 all.
Yeah, that's long. That's well left. So there is a shout from the bench of the Danish coaches and saying, now the time is there. 17 all. That's when you really have to try to push here. We've got Kenneth Jonassen on the left
17.
and Jakob Høj on the right. So 2 unforced errors.
17.
This match unfolding in keeping with the pattern of the others. Akane YAMAGUCHI has always taken the opening game against Mia BLICHFELDT. And it looks like she's going to do so again here. Or is she?
18-19.
So strong to pounce all over that.
Mia BLICHFELDT
Getting it high.
Called in.
Did YAMAGUCHI there now. What about this challenge from BLICHFELDT?
I think it's a little bit of a desperate move. It looks in on that back line. And the challenge is unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Serve is over. 20, game point 18. Play. Game.
YAMAGUCHI somehow seizes the opener, 21 points to 18 after 18 minutes played.
YAMAGUCHI,
She'll be pleased with that.
21-18.
How did she pull that one out of the fire? Quality from the 4th seed on display here on court 1.
Der er nogle taktiske og mentale fejl, for du når 10, ikke? Og så kommer hun op, så alligevel så er du med til sidst, og du søger med. Det er der 2 ting her. Men hun står der hernede også, som hun spiser, hun skal lige have lige i tid. Fordi det er der, hun kan ikke lave sådan en temposkift derinde, for hun bliver de der halvflade løfter over den varme hæt. Hun vil så gerne have det på, men det kan hun ikke fra midten. Ikke? Når som du saver hende ud af, eller har hende i hendes forhåndsside, så vil du hele tiden gerne have med at dække. Det er hun bare med den der. Igen i tid. Tillad dig, det er rigtig fint den her. Du skal ikke vinde det slag, du vinder den alligevel ikke herudfra. Hold den stille roligt ind her. Hun har brugt den mange gange derovre. Jeg synes, det er fint, at du bruger hendes forhåndsside. Det er helt fint. Men styr den. Spil hende i 0, for du får din mulighed. Får du en mulighed, hvor der er god længde på, så er det, vi har vores placeringslag af kroppen. Har hun begyndt at lave de der, som hun godt kan.
ラウンドのようだったらね、ストレートの長いスマッシュだけ気をつければいいし、ラウンドスペースあんまりないから、後ろのラウンド側はうまく使いながらね。
Thank Thank you, coach. Coach, return to the chair. Second game.
Well, can Mia Blichfeld recover from that sort of sense of letdown, having led a lot of the way in that opening game? Akane Yamaguchi, the 4th seed from Japan, doing what she does best and swiveling those biggest of moments her way. Just so good, Morten, in that kind of instance.
Play.
Yeah, so far, I think Yamaguchi has only been retrieving. She's not really been trying to dictate pace or the way that she wants to play. And I have seen her on other occasions where she's been a bit more aggressive in what she's doing. But this is a wonderful disguise shot by Blichfeldt. Trying to have a look at this one, the follow-up here, and that is a beautiful shot.
Well, she certainly is turning Yamaguchi on a regular basis here.
She is, but that defensive shot, this one here is awesome. Setting it up nicely, many opportunities from that forehand front of the court there. She had options, many options to play.
Three love.
You do sense that everything for the Dane is kind of hard-earned. There are very few soft points coming from the racket of the 4th seed. Understandably, you know, former world #1 and all that, she is pedigree, but Blichfeldt sometimes, when she does go slightly off radar, it's not just for 1 or 2 points, it's often sort of 3. And that said with respect, because of course she's right up against it. This is one of the best players in the world, and she's playing just 2 spots off her career high at 17 in the rankings. So such a watchable match and so much to admire out here, but a very tough ask for the Dane.
It is. I totally agree with you that when Blichfeldt is playing, she's got to work extremely hard for her points. But when she is losing points, she's giving them away a little bit too easy by making mistakes, unforced errors on many occasions. This time is one of the few where Yamaguchi is actually making a mistake. See, that's a good point there. It's a good opportunity for Blichfeldt, but she's missing it. And Yamaguchi do not have to work that hard for this point. Every time Blichfeldt is winning her points, she's got to work so hard.
4-all.
And that's another sort of microcosm, isn't it, at the start of this game? Blichfeldt going 3-love up in the blink of an eye, having worked so hard to get there, and really commendably displaying some amazing badminton, but suddenly she's 5-4 down.
This is second time that disguise shots is working for Blichfeldt. Second time Yamaguchi is falling for it.
5-all.
Yamaguchi really dictating this rally. Another clear to that backhand side. Look at that. Really, really well controlled by Yamaguchi. And of course,
6,
applause here
5.
by the two coaches. But how she controlled that rally, punching the clears to the back line on 3 or 4 occasions, really putting BLICHFELDT under pressure.
Yeah, there was only one runner in that point, wasn't it? And that was the lady in your picture. She had to really put the hard yards in there and nothing to show. And perhaps that's why that error occurred there as well as a consequence.
I think BLICHFELDT is really feeling the pressure in the sense that Yamaguchi is getting more and more back. She's perhaps putting some more pressure on her shots. She's controlling the rallies. Look at that one, a lot more. The pace is up, and BLICHFELDT don't know where she's going to get the points from, and that's why she's going closer to the net, closer to the lines and so on, and mistakes are creeping in. But this is a big mistake by Yamaguchi here. She's in complete control and still missing it.
Serve is over. 9-6.
Well, you have to compliment her on changing it up a little with the serve, but Yamaguchi wise to it, coming out on top of the point again.
Serve is over.
I can understand why she's shaking her head.
9.
But because, of course, this one is out, no doubt, but BLICHFELDT was kind of leaving it on the back line and playing the first one, and that's where you have to move into the net and you have to try to go for the kill. But Yamaguchi was just standing back and BLICHFELDT got away with it and she lifted it out.
Akane Yamaguchi, challengers called out.
Oh, she was almost embarrassed with that challenge there, wasn't she? A couple of soft points from Yamaguchi, you have to say, and you rarely say that because she is so good at concentrating and keeping the pressure on. That one wide as well.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 8-9. Play. Serve is over. 10-8.
Great leave, backing herself. That was a terrific judgment call from BLICHFELDT there.
Nine, 10.
And suddenly there's a lapse of concentration here from Yamaguchi. She really, the last 4 or 5 points, she's lost her concentration completely, making unforced errors that you should never, ever play. And here was just another one.
Interval.
Yeah, so 11-10, the Dane, young Mia BLICHFELDT, moves in front.
Hun laver gerne en spil på.
Hun prøver bare at gå ind i hjernen på dig der. Ikke? De sidste 3 point, hun har lavet den. Det er hun. Ikke? Altså, det du har gjort op til 8, der det var bare hængt i. Det er kæmpe. Altså,
Det er den, jeg skal lave nu.
Ja, hun skal fandme kæmpe. Ikke? Altså, der er også sådan lidt, hvorfor får jeg ikke lov til at lave mit temposkift? Fordi der rammer hun bare lige i røven. Hun rammer linjen, og hun er højt på den. Der er nogle få steder, når hun laver det her halvflag krydsløft, og prøver at fange det.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Thank you, coach.
Well, you mentioned the determination of Mia BLICHFELDT in the past, Morten, and you know the indications are there on the head-to-head showings between these two. She's taken the second game on 3 out of the 4 matches they've played to take the match the distance against this opponent.
11-10.
Yamaguchi was in a very
Play.
commanding situation, I think, here just before the interval, but she threw it all away and is now 11-10 down, and that make it 12-10 down.
12-10. Service over. 11-12.
Well, having just yielded 4 points in a row, Yamaguchi will desperately want to up the level again here.
Okay, Akane. Thank you. Eleven, 12. All.
And this is
13,
sometimes a little
12.
bit of the downside of BLICHFELDT's game. The fact you can see she's getting very frustrated. She missed that one, but it was a nice push into that deep forehand corner, just out on the back line. But still, she's really, you know, offset with herself, and sometimes she's getting a little bit too upset.
Perfectionist kind of mentality, Morten.
Yeah, but they all have it. Otherwise, they were not here. Well,
she invested so much here, did Mia BLICHFELDT. Look at this,
Yeah.
working so hard to try and turn this around.
She got tricked by that flick from Yamaguchi. She was really hoping that Yamaguchi would play it back towards the net, and she was
14,
ready to pounce at
12.
it, but the flick came, and then she was completely out of balance. Caught.
Service over. 13-14. Service over. 15-13.
Well, it was at the German Open last year that Akane Yamaguchi managed to put BLICHFELDT away in straight games, on the only occasion out of their 4 previous showings. But almost an indication of her concentration, perhaps. There's no doubting she has the skill. That was good.
Yeah, but BLICHFELDT here really have to watch out now that it's not becoming too predictable. She's playing everything down. She's attacking on every single shot. And obviously that's opening up for this one, as you can see, the counter-attacking shot. So she's got to mix it up a little bit better. Try to play shots to the background as well. Try to really mix it up in a much, much better way. But everything is just going down now. And of course here, Yamaguchi extremely lucky on that net shot.
17-13.
Good attacking clear by Yamaguchi.
13.
This clear here from BLICHFELDT had no pressure, and that's why it was so simple for Yamaguchi to direct it right into the corner.
Service over. 14-18.
Good deception there from the Dane. But you do kind of sense it's almost a little too late.
Service over.
Yeah, the motion seems to be getting in the way of the result now.
19.
That BLICHFELDT is
14.
really getting a little bit too upset, you see. Look at that. Have to play with a bit more patience.
20, match point 14.
Well, she's won 6 out of the last 7 points, has Yamaguchi, and wants to put this match to bed right here. 6 match points.
Game.
And she does exactly that. And the first match point opportunity, 38 minutes played, 21-18, 21-14. Yamaguchi showing her superiority. And the 4th seed safely through to the quarterfinals
Yamaguchi, 21,
against Mia
18,
BLICHFELDT. Confirmation of the
14.
scoreline, straight games, 18 and 14. She'll be pleased with that. Putting a difficult opponent to bed in straight games. That took some doing, but good concentration from the 4th seed. And as you called, Morten, that's a very, very solid performance from a very strong title contender here at the Yonex All England Open. She isn't expressing much on her face. She isn't letting us in, but I'm sure she's delighted inside. A good win for Akane Yamaguchi.